Hey Sagittarius, welcome back to the Guiding Chariot, sending you guys all my love. And let's see, where do we start? Let's start over here. As you know, this is going to be the love readings for this series, so I hope you guys are all excited. I certainly am, so we're going to jump right into it. House rules still apply, so this is going to be a general love reading for all Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, as well as any cross watchers. You guys are welcome too. My only ask is that you take these messages as, nope, that's not it. There it is. Take these messages as they resonate. Don't try to force anything. If something doesn't fit your circumstance, doesn't make sense, leave that on the table and take the rest. All right, my lovelies. Also, shout out to my friend, Send the Katie Golden Ray. As you know, I've been using her mandalas in the videos, so this is her open heart mandala. Thought it would be perfect since we're talking about love and relationships. Opening us up to new experiences, to new connections, making us more receptive to all the universe's gifts. So feel free to take a look at that. You can also check her out on Instagram, so please do so. All right, we've got one more card, and then we are going to get into this reading, Sag. Oh, just got windy all of a sudden. I don't know if you heard that. All right, let's see what we got. Ooh, fun one. Bixbite, first card out. I'll explain them all together, so don't worry, I will tell you what that means. Oh, we also got heart protection. I love that. You are so safe right now, Sag. Heart protection with pink fluorite. Pink fluorite's actually a great stone to work with. Fluorite in general, because it not only does it have its own calming and healing energies, it's also an amplifier, so it's a great boost. One thing I have been mentioning to the other signs with these stone cards, I've been in a big crystal vibe, which is why it's all crystal oracles this round. But if you have any of these stones, it would be a great tool to consider using throughout this month, right? So whether it's meditation, just carrying them on you in like a little bag in your purse or pocket, whatever. You guys also got lapis lazuli, beautiful stone. All about transformation, right? Very psychic card. Very, very psychic card. And you know what? For some reason, this is coming through, but with the lapis, a lot of lapis you can also find like little flecks and bits, like reflective bits, of like pyrite. Sometimes it's mica that give it a little bit of sparkle, a little flash. For some reason, that the pyrite especially is coming through when I think of lapis for you in this particular reading. I honestly, I can't completely tell you why, but that's important. So maybe if you have pyrite, it's another good stone to kind of play with. Great stone for abundance also. All right, anyway, I'm gonna leave that where it is. Take that how you will. Message here though, I think this is one really about, because I keep coming back to this heart protection and this idea or this need that there has to be a shield up, there has to be a wall up, there has to be some type of guard. And it feels like that doesn't need to be the case, because even Bixbite is about having drive and courage and being spirited, right? Taking necessary steps. Full speed ahead almost is actually a great kind of phrase for it, but it's about confidently moving forward with passion and motivation, right? So there's no need to hide behind this shield. Your heart is safe. You are safe, right? So you're at this place where you can move forward. And I will say the lapis is probably coming up because it has this power or this energy of transformation. The Egyptians also believed it was a stone of immortality, right? It even can expand the heart's capacity for love, right? So you may be coming out of something. And you know what? I'm actually going to retract that. I'm going to take that back. It's not that you're coming out of something, because whatever this is, I feel like this was past. It wasn't like you just walked out of something, but we may still have some walls up and some barriers because of what had happened, right? So we may still not fully trust, which is why we feel the need to protect our hearts, but that situation was in the past, right? And yes, I understand it can feel safer. We get comfortable behind those walls, behind those barriers, but then we also long for something more. But that something more can never happen if we keep ourselves in this little box. And that is what Bixbite is telling you to do. Even the image, look how it's kind of like this rectangular prism, and here's the spirit. The Bixbite is like pushing out of the stone, right? Maybe that's might be too far away so you can see a little better. But it's like this tall, almost tall rectangular, almost like a building, and you're trying to push beyond that. You're trying to expand. But you can, because it's safe for you to do so. Like, you really are. Like, I can't think of another way to describe it. And then especially with lapis coming up as well, this is a great confirmation that the time for transformation, especially spiritual transformation, is here. Like, you really are safe. Like, you know, yes, you probably went through something that required you to put these guards up, that required you to be really strong in a certain, in a certain part of your romance or your dating life or romantic life, whatever it is. But again, that situation has passed, and you are starting to evolve, and you're never going to be able to enjoy the potential of that experience if you stay within that little bubble. Like, I almost want to describe it, it's as if it's like you were a caterpillar, and then you went into your chrysalis, and now your transformation's complete, and you're this wonderful, beautiful butterfly, but you refuse to leave the chrysalis. So your beautiful wings will never dry, they can't harden up, they're just these weird, floppy, brittle, wet, soggy things trapped inside of this casing. And you also have grown much bigger than this casing, and now it's getting really cramped. And that is why you need to push out of here and break this shell, mama. Like, you gotta get out of there. Sorry, I just have this crazy visual of this, like, big butterfly trying to, like, exist in this tiny little, like, busted chrysalis that is probably, like, breaking down as we speak. Because it literally is just like, I can't hold you anymore. Like, I'm gonna fall apart, and you're just gonna be out whether you like it or not. And this, like, butterfly is, like, trying to, like, mush itself in this box and stay in these little barriers. All its legs are, like, all, like, folded up. Like, Sag, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that. Do not do that. Be bold. Be bold. Especially you, Sag. Like, you guys are powerhouses. Alright, Sag, let's see what's going on. Yep, look at that. Bottom of the deck. Queen of Mother Trucking Cups. Right? Protecting your cup, protecting your emotional space, keeping it very hidden. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, the thing with the Queen of Swords, yes, she is very receptive, very, very psychic, very, very nurturing, very aware of her emotional space. Sorry if that plane or whatever it is flying by is too loud. But it's not that she doesn't reveal her cup. Even in this deck, like, it's not covered like sometimes you'll see in, I would say most decks, her cup is covered. But this particular deck, it's not covered. It's open. She's willing to share it. It's about sharing it with the right person, the right people. You know, so it's not that she's blocked off, right? She's still vulnerable in that sense. She still leaves herself open to feel. But she's just very aware of who she does that with, all right? And I will say, looking at that, you've learned who not to do it with. Look at that. First card out, Six of Pentacles, being receptive. Sag, I'm telling you, you need to put yourself back in the flow. Okay, we're gonna do this row by row. This might be a little torturous. I'm not giving you the whole picture at once, but too bad. That's how we're gonna do it. But this Six of Pentacles is about putting you back in the flow, right? It's about being able to give and receive. And I would even say this is about all aspects of your life, right? Not just romance. Being in a place where you can, both, yes, put energy into other people, care for those you love, but then also be receptive, receive that support yourself, especially if there are moments where it's being offered, and you're like, no, I got this. No, I can do it on my own. No, I'm good. No, I'll pick up the tab. It's da-da-da-da-da. Like, you are worthy of receiving, all right? Like, I'm full on making full eyes with the camera, like I'm talking to you, but, like, you deserve it. You really do, Sag. Let it happen. You don't have to be the ox all the time, all right? I don't know what your reaction was when I just called you an ox, but I feel like all of you had the same reaction. Anyway, I'm going to think of that butterfly later on. Then we have this Page of Wands. Yeah, and so I'm just going to say with this, most of the times when you find a page, even in this deck, the page is always portrayed as someone very young, maybe a little smaller in stature. The Page of Wands in this particular deck, like, looks like a man. Like, they drew him as like this big beefy dude, but again, it's making me think of that Sag trait where, like, you just are the powerhouse, right? So even in a page, you're still showing up like the bigger, stronger, badder version. So again, this is trusting your instincts, right? Now, we want to temper that because sometimes this energy can burn a little too hot. So something to be aware of. I'm not necessarily worried about it, but just throwing it out there and mentioning it. But, this is really trusting your instincts, right? Instead of second guessing where you think, oh no, it's not safe, I can't do that, I gotta do this my way, I gotta da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, just go with it. Go with that flow. Because I will say with this I always see the Five of Wands as internal conflict. Interesting, I talk about it and then the wind starts picking up. All that stormy wind going on inside of you. But to me, this Five of Wands is internal conflict. It's that struggle between, am I safe, aren't I safe, can I trust, can I allow that in, should I push it out, should I only do things independently on my own, all that kind of stuff. And those are valid questions, but you have to be really aware of the answers you're giving yourself at this time. So I think it's great those questions come up, but be very aware what voice in your head is answering, right? Is it you? Is it ego? Is it fear? Who's the one answering? Be very, very aware of that. Discerning, one might say. I talk about discernment, and look, Queen of Swords. Literally discernment incarnate. I love it. I love it. Yes! Oh, this reading just keeps getting better and better, Sag. I know this is a love reading, and this is a relationship reading. Honestly, so far, this is really all about you. There's a lot of shadow work going on for you at this time. We'll see what the last row kind of talks about, but there's a lot of shadow work going on right now for you. So honestly, Sag, you may have been feeling a bunch of things. Things might have been bubbling up, especially since we had the Queen of Cups here, so there might be some emotional stuff. We'll go through bottom of the deck at the end, so don't worry, we'll get there. But that's why it's coming. I think, honestly, it's bubbling up to really make sure stuff gets out. And then we also have the full moon coming up, right? So it's about peak time for releasing. I better make sure I get this video out soon, because I think that full moon's in 2 days. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna edit this tonight, hopefully get this video out later tonight. What day is this? Yeah, this is Thursday. So yeah, the full moon's in 2 days. Sorry, I'm rambling, my bad. But again, back to you. You have to be discerning about all these questions going on in your mind. Make sure you know who's answering, right? Make sure it's you. And then along with that, you have, so maybe some of you dealt with a Virgo, or dealing with a Virgo, but this Hermit energy is very introspective. It is about going within, seeking guidance from, and this could be spiritual communication as well. So this could be you speaking with your guides. Maybe some of you getting messages through prayer. But the Hermit himself, so a lot of times he's pictured, here, I don't know why I'm putting the card down so you can see it. A lot of times he's pictured on the top of a mountain. This is you kind of climbing your own mountain, reaching the peak, reaching the top, and then shining your light, seeing what's there, understanding, gaining that spiritual wisdom, right? Can't see the bottom, but there he is on the mountaintop. So again, this is you getting over this hurdle, because that mountain could even represent what this Ten of Swords is exemplifying. Whatever situation caused you to, protect your heart and hide it away, possibly. This particular situation was really the death of ego. That's what I always like to say when I see the Ten of Swords. This is the death of ego. That funky part of yourself that would allow that behavior, that would tolerate that behavior, that part of you is gone. You know better now. You're wiser. You're stronger. This is in your past. Because this has already ended, right? It's a 10. It's already ended. So it's not going to get any worse. It's done. It's done. But this Five of Wands keeps kind of replaying it, or can't fully, trust again, because we're worried this is going to happen. This is done. It's done. There's nothing higher than the 10. It's done. It's over. It is over. Two of Wands, Star card, and the Five of Cups. Yep. We're going to start on this side, because again, this Ten of Cups, it's over, right? So we have 2 5s with this 10. We have 2 5s with this 10. So whatever this hurt, whatever this betrayal, whatever this disappointment was, left us feeling sad, maybe for some of us broken, and on the inside, really questioning a lot of things. Maybe things that we completely believed before, and then this situation shattered all of that, and now we can't believe that anymore. Or we don't want to believe that anymore, that this can happen, especially if this can happen again, right? But here's your advice, here's your counsel, right? Believe in miracles here with this star card. This is a card of faith and hope. And again, what is the message? What intentions are you putting out there, right? What plans do you see ahead, right? So when you're doing that vision work, when you're thinking of, what does my best life look like? Expect miracles. Don't think, well, I have to be realistic. So this bullshit happened, so I should expect this bullshit again. Excuse my language, but that's what's going on. Don't expect that to happen again. That's not miraculous. That is not miraculous. We do not deserve that. All right, let's go through this bottom of the deck. So we talked about this lovely Queen of Wands here. So 5 of Pentacles, another 5. So feeling left out, feeling neglected, feeling abandoned, feeling all on our own, right? With that 6, we've already countered that. So you're not on your own. There is support, but you have to be receptive from it. Look, and then the 3 of Cups, friendship and celebration. You definitely aren't alone. You are surrounded by friends. It's literally the next card out. You have another knight. Well, not another knight. You have a page, right? So you have the Knight of Swords. So this can be a card of learning, wanting to understand, right? Very strong mental card, seeking more, seeking clarity and understanding. I will say your clarity is coming from inside. Now, yes, a lot of people say the 6 of Cups is a card of the past. To me, it's definitely a card of nostalgia, but I think this clarity that this knight is seeking for, because look, even if we did this as a spread, he would have been looking at them. But this knight, the clarity that he's seeking is coming from your inner child. So it's almost kind of like you have to strip this experience away. You have to strip the societal, quote unquote norms that have been added to your storyline. Strip that away and really connect back to you. Connect back to your peace, your knowledge, your happiness, right? Your desires. That's where that understanding comes in. And then look at that. Then we have the Chariot, all about moving forward and success. Possibly a Cancer for some of you. I'm going to stop it here because I feel like we're just going to get this. Yep, we're just going to get the same story going over and over and over again. But you have the Tower, and right after that, Judgment coming in. Again, this is that thing from the past. And this also could be you breaking down these barriers, breaking down these walls that you have put up. Because there is a rebirth coming here. I told you, what happened here in this 10 is over. It's done and dead and buried. And you are leaving it where it belongs, in that stupid grave, because you are rising up and being reborn. So do not expect that crazy, wonky stuff to happen again. You have been born again, right? You are brand new. This is all Phoenix energy here with this beautiful Judgment card. And I couldn't think of a better way to end this reading for you. Oh my goodness, I'm going to leave Judgment staring at you right there in the middle. Sag, I'm going to wrap up your reading there, but beautiful, beautiful message. But again, it is one about healing. And like I said, there may be some shadow work, so I'm not going to say this is going to be the 100% most comfortable moment you've ever had. But I don't necessarily think it's going to be painful. You just have to do the shadow work. You just have to do all that inner stuff to sort it out. All right? So I love you guys. Take care. As always, if you can do all the crazy YouTube stuff that we need to ask you to do, smash that like button. Honestly, that helps me know how the reading resonated with you, so I'm super appreciative for everyone who smashes that like button. Also, comment down below. You can, if you want to let me know how it resonated. You can also reach out to me on Instagram as well, at The Guiding Chariot, if you want to do it, a little more privately. But other than that, if you're new, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when your next reading comes out. But I love you guys. Take care. Stay safe out there. And I will see you in your next video. Bye, Sag.